We got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's Wednesday. I have no patience. The election is 13 days from now. I'm done, baby. I've had way too much coffee this morning. Let's go. I'm going to cut right to it. I'm going to get right to the point because I don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of time. We have 13 days to go to make sure that we don't elect a fascist, to make sure that America, the United States of America, does not put an authoritarian, a dictator, somebody who reveres Hitler in the White House, right? That's our job. That's our job this election, to make sure that we do not put somebody who reveres Hitler in the White House. So let's just cut right to it. Did you see the big news yesterday? Broke early last night. Oh my God, big news, groundbreaking news. What a surprise. General John Kelly came out, was interviewed by the New York Times and the Atlantic. General John Kelly, Donald Trump's former chief of staff, and he came out and broke the news that Trump loves Hitler. He came out and said it, that Donald Trump wants to be like Hitler, that Donald Trump wants the military in this country to bow to him, that Donald Trump wants to be an authoritarian. He wants to be a dictator. Trump told Kelly that Donald Trump is intrigued by fascism, that Donald Trump told General John Kelly that fascism, oh, there I go again. For everybody listening to me, there I go again, math. There I go, Keith. TikTok just bounced me. General John Kelly last night, that Trump told him fascism would work better than democracy. Kelly, interviewed by the New York Times and the Atlantic, said all of this stuff, put it all out there. And everybody today, last night and today, acting like this is some really big deal. Like this is like groundbreaking news. Trump wants to be a dictator? Oh my God. Did you see that? Whoa, what a headline. I never thought that. Look, this isn't news. This is who Trump is. This is who Donald Trump is. This is who he's always been. If you've been paying attention the past 8 to 9 years, you know that Trump has a thing for Hitler. You know that Trump revered Hitler. You know that Trump wants his generals here in America to treat him like Hitler's generals treated him. This isn't news. This isn't surprising. Trump wants to be a fascist. I get it. We're 13 days out. And people last night saying like, oh my God, this could be the October surprise. This is no surprise. My God, where you been? This is who Trump is. General John Kelly finally sits down with the New York Times and the Atlantic in a recorded interview and says that Trump told him this. Trump told him he likes Hitler. Trump told him he wants to be an authoritarian. Trump actually told Kelly because we had to pay like $60,000 for a member of our military who was killed in the line of in battle, and it cost $60,000 to bring his his coffin back and everything, and to have him properly buried. He was an American citizen, but he was Mexican. And Trump said, we have to fucking pay 60. No Mexican's life is worth $60,000. Donald Trump said. Is it a surprise that Trump said something like that? No. Is it a surprise that Trump demeaned Mexican Americans? No. Is it a surprise that Donald Trump disrespects Mexican Americans? No. Everybody treating this interview with John Kelly like this is the October surprise. This is groundbreaking big news. And I'm here to tell you it's a big yawn. This isn't news. This isn't surprising. That Trump thinks fascism is better than democracy. That's what he told General John Kelly. That's not news. We know that. By the way, General John Kelly and General Milley and all the rest of you, all you generals, all you military men, all you military officers who served with and served for Trump, who are now publicly opposing Trump, you know what I need out of you? I don't need you talking to the New York Times. Come on, Kelly and Milley. I'd like you standing directly in front of the American people and telling the American people why you believe Donald Trump is such a threat. You worked for him. You're not supporting him. Directly tell the American people. That kind of pisses me off. Plenty of people who've worked for Trump are opposing him. Most people who work for Trump are opposing him because they believe he's a danger to this country. Not all of them are speaking out publicly. Shame on them. It's taken Kelly till now. He's hinted at this. He's said this before, that Trump said these things. But to wait till now and to just sit down and talk to the New York Times, John Kelly, talk to the American people. Hold a press conference with General Milley. Milley said 2 weeks ago that Donald Trump is a fascist. I agree. But tell that directly to the American people. Hold a press conference and tell the American people exactly what you saw from Trump. Tell the American people all the ugly fascist-like things he said. Tell the American people what he said about our men and women who wore the uniform. General John Kelly, I want to hear you tell the American people that Donald Trump called them suckers and losers. And Kelly should have come out with this a long time ago. And yeah, I get it. They're military men. They have a code. They want to try to be not so political and partisan. I get that, and I appreciate that. But our very democracy is on the line in this election, and Kelly believes that. General Milley believes that. I then believe Kelly, General Kelly, and General Milley have an obligation to alert the American people. Kelly took a step toward doing that yesterday, sitting down with the New York Times, telling the New York Times what Trump told him, how enamored Trump was and is with Hitler. And just think about that, all my MAGA friends. Donald Trump is enamored with Adolf Hitler. Donald Trump wants to be like a Hitler. Where I come from, that's utterly disqualifying. Where I come from, that's utterly American. But where I come from, that's not surprising. We know that. We've heard that before. The fact that Trump wants the generals in this country to bow down to him as president, like Hitler's generals bowed down to him, like generals in any autocracy or in any dictatorship bow down to the dictator. Trump told Kelly that's what he wants here. Again, utterly despicable. utterly un-American, utterly anathema to everything this country stands for, but not at all surprising. Donald Trump wants to be a dictator. He's told us over and over. The bigger problem, America is, the scarier problem, America is, so many of my friends on the right, so many of my friends who are Trump supporters, they kind of want a dictator. They want an authoritarian to rule them. They've given up. They want a strong man. They've given up on democracy ever being able to give them back the America they want. They've told me that. No, I get it. We've got 13 days. And I get it. A lot of people who oppose Trump want this to be the October surprise, this interview with Kelly, where Trump said he wanted to be a dictator, where Trump said fascism is better than democracy. It's not a surprise. It's from the moment Trump came down that escalator, this has been very clear. Trump has made very clear who he is. It's now go time. It's 13 days. It's on us. If you want to treat this Kelly interview like the October surprise, then by God, act accordingly. Oh my God. I just found out, Kelly, I read this interview. John Kelly said Donald Trump wants to be a fascist. If this is your October surprise and the gravity of it is going to move your vote and you're going to vote against Trump and vote for Kamala Harris, then by all means, man, treat it like your October surprise. But as someone who doesn't want a fascist or a dictator in the White House, I'm not surprised by this. This just reaffirms what I've always known about Trump. He's everything this country isn't. I'm not surprised that he likes Hitler. I'm not surprised that Donald Trump reveres Adolf Hitler. If you're surprised, you just haven't been paying attention. If you want a president who will be president, who will adhere to democracy and the rule of law and all else, everything else that is America, vote for Kamala Harris. If you want a president who will be a king, a dictator, who will secretly read about Adolf Hitler and try to be Adolf Hitler and try to stay in office and try to be a fascist and try to tell the military what to do. And again, this all fits perfectly with Trump wanting to be able to order the military to go after his political opponents, something Trump has said he wants to do. If you're okay with all of that, then vote for Trump, man. Vote for Trump. Vote for your dictator. Get your dictator. Get your authoritarian. I'm so sad, Keith, that I lost TikTok. I don't know what I did, math. I swear to God, I think I got people on TikTok that are trying to shut me down. Free speech. The free speech MAGA folk are complaining to TikTok, trying to shut me down. I guess they don't believe in free speech. Look, here's the deal. So Donald Trump is a fascist. Duh. Duh, as my dad would say. Yes, it's who Trump is. It's who he's always been. Everything John Kelly just said last night in this New York Times interview just confirms all of that. This is not surprising. I wish Kelly and Milley and all the rest of them, I wish every national security official and military officer who worked for and with Donald Trump would come out right now and hold the press conference and tell the American people all the hideous, dangerous shit they saw with this utterly unfit guy. I wish they would. 13 days to go. I don't think they will. You need to know they're all opposing him. I wish they had the decency and the patriotism. I'm sorry, Kelly and Milley, to stand in front of the American people and tell all. But I don't need that to vote for Kamala Harris. Because voting for Kamala Harris, I know I'm getting an American president. who will hold herself accountable to the American people. I know I'm not getting a dictator. I know I'm not getting an authoritarian like Donald Trump, who does not want to be accountable to the American people, who wants to be a fascist. I know with Kamala Harris, I'm getting a president who will respect the will of the people, who will respect all election results, who will promote democracy, who will adhere to the Constitution. That's Kamala Harris. That's not Donald Trump. I know by voting for Kamala Harris, I'm getting a president who will abide by the rule of law. That's Kamala Harris. That's not Donald Trump. I've always known Donald Trump wants to be a dictator. So, final thought. There's going to be a lot of noise, more noise these 13 days to go. Fuck it, ignore the noise. Ignore all the noise and just vote. If you don't want a fascist in the White House, just vote. Just vote. Ignore all the noise. If you don't want a president who reveres Adolf Hitler, then just vote. Ignore all the noise. Ignore Trump and don't ignore Trump. Excuse me. Always pay attention to what Trump says and does. Put a spotlight on everything Trump says and does, but ignore Trump's noisemakers like Elon Musk. Doing all he can, Elon Musk, to spread disinformation. Ignore all of Trump's noisemakers and just vote. If you want an American president, just vote. If you want a president who loves this country, just vote and vote for Kamala Harris. If you want an American president who will defend and abide by and promote American democracy, just vote. Vote for Kamala Harris. Just vote. Ignore the noise for 13 days. Ignore Elon Musk and all the noisemakers for the next 13 days. And vote. Vote against fascism. Vote against a dictator. Vote against a president who wants to control America's military. Just vote. Vote against a president who wants to use the military on his political opponents. Just vote. Just vote. That's the power you have. And Elon Musk, with all of his billions and trillions, can't do a damn thing about that power you have to vote. Elon Musk can't do a damn thing to stop that power that you have. Donald Trump can't do a damn thing to stop that power, the power to vote that you have. So at this point, ignore the noise. Thank you, John Kelly. Do not vote for a fascist. Do not, America, vote for someone who reveres Adolf Hitler. That's so easy. That's so easy. Just go vote. God bless you all. Shoot me an email if you want to email me about anything. joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. Joe Walsh, white flag, all one word, @gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.